So now that you know that you have lumbar spondylolisthesis and what it is, what exercises should you do for it? Well, watch this video to learn 3 exercises, really 1 exercise, and 3 positions to help your spondylolisthesis. Can you do me a favor and subscribe to my channel and click that bell so you're notified of all my content? We put out content on physical therapy, Pilates, gyrotonic, holistic health and wellness, and we'd love to have you watching. So what is lumbar spondylolisthesis? Well, watch our previous video for an answer of that. And now let's talk about what to do about it. What are the exercises to do about it? My name is Stephen Dunn. I'm a holistic physical therapist, and I've helped hundreds and hundreds of patients with this condition since the late 90s, and I look forward to helping you as well. So now we're gonna get to the exercises. Let's go. All right, so today we're gonna be talking about a couple things you can do for your spondylolisthesis. And the main thing we're gonna talk about is something called a posterior pelvic tilt. And it's where you tilt your pelvis backwards to actually flatten your lumbar spine to create a better alignment for your spondylolisthesis. And so we're gonna do it in 3 positions, and we're gonna start off on the back with the knees bent. And Andrea's gonna help us out here as our model for this one. So as she lays here, knees bent, what I wanna have you do, Andrea, is I want you to take an inhale. And as you inhale, I want you to think of your belly button rising towards the ceiling. And as you exhale, I want you to think of your belly button coming down towards the spine, and you're gonna tilt your pelvis back slightly. And we're gonna call that a posterior pelvic tilt. Inhale, belly up from here, and then exhale, belly down from there. Yeah. And so there's this little tilt occurring. Inhale, belly up, and exhale, belly down, or flattening the low back. So this posterior pelvic tilt is taking L5 or L4, whichever one is in the anterior slide or anterior direction for the spondylolisthesis, and then it's putting it back in place, back in place, back in place. Now the position she's in is here, so let's do it where she's back in place, back in place. And then we'll do it here in standing in a moment, and then we'll do it sitting in a chair as well. And that's it. That's a posterior pelvic tilt. And the more you do this, the better you get at this, the better your spondylolisthesis will be. Okay, so now we're gonna do the pelvic tilt at the wall. So what I want you to do is bring your feet about 1 foot away from the wall. Yep. And then from there, I want you to bend your knees just slightly. Now stay in that position and bring your feet out just a tiny bit more. Yep. Now staying in that position, don't move your legs or your feet. Now let's show where her feet are and where her knees are. There we go. So now from there, what I want you to do is take an inhale, and as you exhale, flatten the back. Do that same pelvic tilt. And it's almost saying Valentine's Day, so we have the heart art right above her head, showing off the heart art from Alex Salazar. But yeah, so it's this idea that, yeah, right there, in this tilt. So inhale, you relax, but you're not arching forward, but as you exhale, you're tilting back, and that's flattening the hand. And that is the pelvic tilt in standing at the wall, okay? Now we're gonna do the same thing in sitting. And I'm just gonna move this chair here, and we're gonna sit there. Now, there is a little arch back support here, but we're not gonna actually use that back support. So I want you to scoot away from it just a smidge, yeah. So if you're doing this at a chair at home, imagine doing it at the very front of the chair. You're not sitting back in the chair. Now, from there, let's go ahead and do that same little pelvic tilt. On the exhale, go at your own pace, yep. And what we don't want to do is collapse the upper body. So it's this pelvic tilt that's occurring in the low back, but without a collapsing of the head and the upper body. Yep. And the more you can understand how to do this pelvic tilt, the better you can help manage your spondylolisthesis. Now there's other things that need to be done, like the first and foremost thing I would do is work on your hip flexor and releasing it and getting it to relax, because that's a part of the why it's getting pulled into the spondylolisthesis. So before you would have the optimal effects from the posterior pelvic tilt, some manual therapy to release your hip flexors, your psoas and iliacus and quads would be very beneficial. So that's our message for today on exercises to help improve spondylolisthesis. Thank you very much, Andrea. So comment below and tell me what you learned from this video. We love your feedback. And be on the lookout for our next video in the series on back pain. Now, could you do me a favor and go to Amazon and download my book? It's called Retrain the Brain to Solve Back Pain. And it's a comprehensive home exercise program that you can do at home and progress through these exercises that I'm teaching you in this video, and progress through a whole routine and things to do at home, and help really hone in on your problem, really help your problem with mindful exercises to re-educate your body. If you're local to Austin, then give us a call at 512-215-4227. And we'd love to have you in our physical therapy program for an evaluation, or our Pilates and Gyrotonic programs to keep you moving and keep you healthy and strong. Thanks for watching, guys, and we'll see you next time.